how do you get a 9% tax bracket?
Well, you'd have to have real estate. You'd have to take loans from your own portfolio and use the loans as income as opposed to taking direct distributions and capital gains. Like, there's so many ways the rich game the system. It's a little crazy that that's how the government is set up. But if you're a high earner, the government takes 50% of what you earn. So when they say tax the rich, if you're making multi-millions, they're taking 50% of what you earn if it's an earned income, aka wages. But if you're able to instead get most of your earnings from distributions and capital gains, you make your money do all the work for you, you can have a 9% tax bracket.
I think Cody here is talking about an average tax rate of 9%, because you got to remember the tax brackets are actually marginal. So you have 10, 12, 22, 24, 32, so on and so forth, right? The 9% that she's talking about is going to be an average tax rate. Now, what she's talking about is how, I guess, the rich people avoid these taxes is they have all of these assets and they take loans on them. So first things first, got to have the assets in order to do that. Not to mention, she is conveniently leaving out the high fees that kind of come with taking out loans against these assets and things like that. And yeah, you may not be paying tax on the loan, but there are still hidden fees associated with these loans against your assets. And yeah, it sounds good, but from what I've seen in my experience is generally you have to work your way up. You have to build assets on the way up to the top. And while you're building those assets, building your income, yeah, you usually pay the tax then. Then once when you finally get there and you have enough assets to then start taking loans against, that's when something like this will usually work.